All right, welcome to part two of the man's point of view. Body counts. All right, so let's just get into it. Right? Let's see where we left off.
Everyone has sex or they don't. Like, I hate when people like are obsessed with other people's sex lives. It really bothers me. I think it's weird, weird behavior.
I mean, if they do, they should be able to look at themselves in the mirror and kind of see if this is really a practical question to ask coming from you.
You saw that? That's why I love this sort of stuff. She gave you literally two answers, right? Like nothing, and then gave you the truth at the same time. But you got to be able to catch it. But don't worry, that's why I'm here, right? As you can see, she said, well, you have to ask yourself if it's practical for you, right? Well, almost saying like it doesn't matter, but understand that it does, right? And asking it is not practical, which is the actual answer as a man, right? You must understand that. But again, let's continue.
So if you expect that from a woman, just expect the same. That the woman wants the same from you.
You heard that? Now here's the secret. Well, of course, a commercial. Well, as that's going on, well, here's the thing, all right? Just expect that the woman wants the same from you. Now, understand what she said. She said, right, it's not practical to ask it, right? Expect the same from a woman. So, she's not saying that you shouldn't have a body count. She's saying it's in the detail. Expect, right, that if she don't ask, you don't ask. It's that simple. Complicated, but simple, right? Just broken down to the most simplest form that you can think of, right? That's it. It's just simple, right? Don't ask it because it ain't practical, right? She won't do it. You don't do it. Now, I know it's a hard concept to understand, but once you break it down, it's for reasons that practicality, meaning expect that if you have a body count, right, she might have one too. So it's one of those things, right? But it shouldn't affect you because, again, right, it ain't practical for you, just like she said, right? You notice she said for you. So that's why I say you got to listen, right? You got to listen to hear what you really want to hear, right? For practical reasons, usage basically.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Like if I were to think that way, then I would understand why like a man would think that way as well.
No, I don't think a man or a woman should really care about their body count. But if you do, it's more so as to why. If a guy cares about a girl's body count, why? I mean, what?
She's right and she's wrong. Obviously, she can't tell you the truth, right? Because it wouldn't be practical for her. However, it is practical to confuse your sorry ass by saying, I don't care that it should matter for either one, but remember, we're talking about twos. Right? That's the key word here. That's the actual situation we are in, right? But she's right when she said, why? Why would you ask? Why do you care? Right? Why does it matter? It's the why that makes all the difference, right? Understand it, right? As now, spoiler alert, and I'll give you a freebie. This is why, right? It matters of why you, as a man, you are asking it, right? Because it matters to a woman, not because of her detriment, because body count is there, whether it is or it's not, whether it's high or it's low. You can't do jack about it. However, why you asking is what she is actually looking at. Why are you asking for this, right? Right there, right off the bat. If you're asking for it, that means you ain't a man. At the very least, before you any of you get offended, right? At the very least, you asking it is means to her, right? Pay attention here. To her, it means you don't know what you're doing. So forget about the man part for now. Right? I want you to pay attention. It's you don't know clearly what you're doing to her detriment, right? Because to a woman, a man that ain't don't know what he's doing is not a man. All right? Put it that simple, right? Now, of course, yes, you're a guy, but understand the difference. You know what you're doing to someone that does not know what you're doing, right? So, all sorts of stuff implicated in not knowing what to do, right? It's, trust me, detriment to women. It's one of the big ass things, if not one of the biggest. But let's continue.
What do you think she was doing before she was with you? Would be my assumption.
Do you think that having a
What do you think she was doing? Well, obviously, we know what she was doing, right? However, once again, and here's the big fallacy here, right, is that you think that she's doing her thing all on her own. However, you've forgotten about the beast called men. What do you think they were doing, right, before you met her? You think you're the only one? That's the big think outside the box. Do the math. And then, you'll get your answer. Right? But you always, it's like amazing. It's like you don't see past what you think you can do, right? And forget what everybody else capable. All right? What are they doing? Understand that, right? Before you think that the universe goes around you. It does not. It goes around for you, but not around you. Big difference. All right, let's continue.
high body count can sometimes signal anything else about a person? Or is it as simple as a handshake, like you said?
I think it could be either.
Okay.
There's definitely people.
Of course, she was going to say it could be either way because she's got two paths, right? It either is or it ain't. She chooses, oh, it could be either. Meaning I don't know, is what she said. And she does know, but she ain't going to say it. Remember, detriment to her, right? Because this is what this is what I love about chess, right? And specifically all the stuff that I talk about, right? It's in the details. If she says a definitive answer, you already made up your mind why she did the definitive answer, right? So it's almost like confessing that yes, she's hiding something, right? So it's better, which is why we say that, right? You guys that want to understand this, I have a whole video called Fire with Fire. And it shows you the abilities they have and why, you could catch certain little things like, right? Because it does come down to your perception, right? Whether you know or not, right? Her count, but rather how she says it, if she's proud of it, right? Like, yeah, it just shouldn't matter. Then you all of a sudden you paint a picture that she should have. She probably does, which is like a hunch. But anyways, that's a whole nother level of complication that I'm not gonna get into just yet because it would be a long ass video.
People I think that really enjoy sex, and they may just want to have sex a lot with a lot of different people. It could just be that. There could be other.
It ain't just that. Here's the big problem again. Once again, let me show you. All right. Guess who she's talking about? Here you go. Wants it all day, every day. Here's the difference. They could get it all day, every day. You can't get it all day, every day. Otherwise, we would live in a peaceful world. In a perfect world, we wouldn't be fighting over a damn thing. Because we'd be too busy enjoying in other pleasures. But that's not how the world works, right? That's the difference. And they can't just willy nilly give it up. That's the big ass. Understand, it's a difference. The difference. I know 2022 wants to make you believe that there is no difference. There is a damn difference, right? Just as a chicken is not the same as a pigeon, and a pigeon ain't the same, right, as a damn crow. Yeah, they're birds, but it ain't the same damn thing, right? Now, chicken. I don't even want to get into that. Well, anyway, let's continue. Let's continue.
The people who I don't want to get too psychological, but you know, you may be able to infer like, oh, maybe there's something that's missing and they're searching for it in other people, and sometimes
Yeah.
you find that through sexual relationships. Sometimes it's not fulfilling.
Of course not, because not every encounter is the same. Now, anybody that would know this, right? I don't want to say, but the space luchador understands it ain't the same, right? There's differences, there's details, right? And all the way down to smell, touch, hell, even temperature. I bet you didn't hear that before, right? For all these damn gurus or love gurus, they never give you the details, right? Space luchador gives you the details, not the nitty gritties. Right? That's a reality to this. Right? There's a certain taste too, right? But that's a whole nother video. I want to get into that. Right now, let's make it simple here. Right? So, there's like sayings, right? There's stuff like, you know what? I'm gonna give you the quote of the day, right? And we'll continue. All right, so here's the quote for this one. And this is why this is important, right? Protect your reputation at all cost. When it is strong, your rivals will seldom challenge you. When it is weak, attacks will come from all corners. Now understand, right? In this situation, right, the quote is for men, but in this situation, we're talking about reputation, believe it or not. Why do you have to protect your reputation? Right? Well, because just like the quote says, if it is strong, you will not be challenged. Right? If it is weak, attacks will come from all corners. Now, imagine a woman's reputation, right? Torn, weakened. What do you think is going to happen? Attacks ain't just coming from you, it's coming from the world, right? Her friends, hell, herself, because remember, she's a two. I hadn't even thought of that, did you? Right? Well, I just blew your mind right there. Hopefully you're paying attention, right? So understand this, right? That's a reality. No matter what they say, no matter what society says, no matter what you say, right? That's just the way it is. Hardcore. And it was meant to be that way, right? Because that's what gives it the worth. Like that's what makes it worthwhile, as they say, right? Otherwise, we be lost. Kind of like we already are in 2022. But anyways, I'm going on big ass rants. I'm gonna make the videos too long. This is part 2. Let's continue.
I think it could mean a lot of things if you have a high body count. So in that way, it doesn't really mean anything.
I can definitely see a higher body count being associated to commitment issues and self-rooted deep trauma. Just not being able to be satisfied with one person in your personal sex life.
You hear
Yeah,
that?
but people can change, and I think age has a lot to do with it.
People can change, but not body count. Notice it's always a yes and a no. A yes and a no. A yes and a no. Right? Notice that. That's why I tell you it's always in the details, and understand that they're actually trying to talk blur the lines, if you will. They're trying to blur the lines to make you think that they're talking about them, but at the same time, they're talking about you, right? Which is why it's a magical blurring of the lines of saying, well, you know, body count, right? It's satisfaction in this and that. Well, no, a satisfaction, right, or looking for something can only come from you, right? And that's the secret. That's one of the secrets of the universe, right? That they know this. I've been telling you this. They know this deep down, whether they understand it or not, right? They don't need to understand it. They just know it, right? They know what we are. They know what we want, believe it or not. They know this. They deal with us 24/7. And all of us. Not only that, but they have a hunch. And guess what? It's kind of like the backwards fisherman theory, right? Who else would know better, right? What a fisherman can do than a fish. Nobody's ever thought of that either, right? Backwards. There you go. You ever asked a damn fish what they know about a fisherman? Well, they would know everything, wouldn't they? At least at the very least, expect and know. Oh, don't stay away from them. They just can't help it, though. That's the only little flaw in that, right? Anyways, let's continue with this video.
It just makes you think, at some point in your life you were for the streets, and I mean that's fine, but I don't want something that.
What do you mean? At one point in time you were for the streets, and all of a sudden you're not? No. Once you go to the streets, you stay in the streets. That's another 2022 fallacy, right? But I do understand why they would want to change that, right? Because if you are in the damn streets and they give you a say, well, of course you will vote in redeeming, or at least at the very least, putting well, if you can't get out of the streets, put it this way, if you can't get out of the streets, well, how about all of you join me in the streets? Right? And that explains a lot of other stuff, but I'm not going to get into right now. Politic wise, I mean.
that I don't want to fight for a place that nobody else is fighting for. Some things everybody's already had. I don't find that attractive.
Exactly. You heard that?
Hi everyone. I have decided to put a little video.
She gave you the God honest truth. You heard that?
No, I mean,
I don't want to fight for something that everybody's had. She said it. That's why I tell you, women tell you the truth and it goes right over everybody's head. I'll repeat it. I don't want to have, and this is her words, quote, right? I don't want to have something that everybody's already had. It defeats the purpose. Right? It defeats all sorts of things, right? That's why when I say, single mom dating is not necessarily bad, right? Just know what you're doing and why you're doing it, right? Sadly, right, when you're on this side, right, a guy, you're a man, and you're doing that, well, guess what? She just described you, right? So there's your homework there for all of you in TV land, right? There's your homework right there. How did what she say describe a guy that dates a single mom? Right? Think about it. I know it's harsh, it's messed up, it really is. Right? But nobody ever said that life was gonna be, safe. As a matter of fact, it ain't. It's a death sentence. What I find it mind blowing is that nobody seems to see that or care. That's what let me down when I discovered this. Right? It's like it let me down to see, like, well, damn it, a life sentence. You understand what that is? Time's running out, and nobody cares. Fuck. Worse than that, some people out there are helping it. It's like speed it up. That's mind blowing. But anyways, that's a whole another podcast episode, right? Damn, I'm telling you, I have a lot to say, right? A lot of stuff that it's just weird to me that a lot of people don't talk about, right? connect the dots. But I think people are waking up today, 2022, as everybody hits rock bottom or starting to see rock bottom. That's the only way to change. Once you start realizing, holy shit, I'm about to hit rock bottom, right? Or we're all in a handbasket. The realization, right? It something's going up at the very least, right? Let's continue.
Yes, but like that's more.
Like if it's an extreme number or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, some people do find validation through sex, and that is what validates them. So,
Yeah, men, not women. Ain't no validation there. Spoiler alert. Oh shit, I already spoiled it. Right? Of course, it'd be an argument, right? You could argue it, but facts are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings, right? You can vote all this shit away, but at the end of the day, fact is a fact, right? And it sucks, but again, um, we all know this. Come on, you out there know this. She knows this. The interviewers know this. We all know this. Deep down, we know. Right? Um, you know. But again, I always tell you, my whole thing is not just to wake you up, right? But to accept what you already know and use it to your advantage, right? Because that's what it is. That's why it's there. Right? The L is there for you to take so that the next time you might just take the W, right? Not for you to quit, right? Not to avoid the L, because then you ain't playing. Right? That's what this is all about, right? I guess I just spoiled the biggest thing of them all, but anyways, um, yeah, let's continue with this and insight clearly, right? And you notice they're all saying the exact same thing, right? Just in different forms, but it's the exact same thing, which is what I'm always trying to show you, right? I'm always trying to show you how it's all interconnected and they already know, and you should know too, right? If you don't, well, here's this video, right, to show you that hey, look into it, look into it. You know it deep down. You just refuse to accept it. Somehow, um, you were convinced, right? Guys today, at least, convinced. You could see it in the Bros movie, right? What they're trying to do. You could see it in the "Don't Worry, Darling" or whatever the hell. Haven't seen it. I will give my reviews on that. I will not give you a review for the Bros because I have no damn interest in watching that alone. I will not subjugate myself for your sake. In this case, right? I got nothing to see there, nothing to learn. All right, so there's no reason, which is what I'll give you the spoiler. Hell, I'll give you the review of the Bros without watching Bros. Right? I saw the billboard as I was driving down in my spaceship. I saw the billboard. I knew right away. That's not for me. Hell, my biggest question was how the hell does people, how does that thing get made? Green light, right? It's like, imagine the pitch on this damn thing. Then imagine the people working on it. It's like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's take it there. Yeah, yeah, people will pay for this. Think, you know, mostly it's guys that pay for movie tickets, right? That whole industry, they don't get it or don't seem to want. They refuse to believe it is us, the guys, that pay the damn ticket, right, to watch these damn movies. And you really believed that we were gonna go out there and pay a ticket to see this garbage, right? Not as a movie, but what it is. But anyways, impromptu movie review for you right there. Right? There's no way I would see that damn thing, let alone pay for it. Anyways, let's continue. For obvious reasons. Now, how do you connect that to this? Well, there you go. Right? It's a value thing. Right? Imagine me going like, well, yeah, I saw Bros and it was good. I loved it. Right? All of a sudden, you would perceive a certain thing about the Space Luchador, right? which is my point. Right? Hell, just alone, me talking about it this long, right, and not and refusing to stop for some reason and continue with my video, right, would make you believe that I'm like, now you could almost say, see, see, I knew, no, right. This is why it's funny, right? At the same time. But anyways, all right. So there you go. That's what I think about that. I will watch the Darling thing. Don't worry, Darling, because I think it's interesting, and I could use it, and I'm gonna try to break it down to give you more evidence, right, and more teachings of the Space Digital Program, and you could see what's really going on, right, in Hollywood and politics and all that shit. But let's continue.
It makes them feel good about themselves, but that's that.
I do. I have some dear friends who I love to death, and some of their counts are just ridiculous. But then again, they're the type of females.
Exactly. This is why she has this, right? Now, this is very telling. You heard that? It's like when you say, well, a friend of a friend that had a cousin that knew a guy, right, that had a kid, who in turn's father, right, was touched, right, or some sort. It's always like that, right? When it's like this thing of like, yeah, some of these counts are ridiculous, right? But she's talking about her friends. It could be she's talking about her friends. It could be she's talking about herself. And it could be that she feels this sort of way because remember, she's a woman. That's one of the things that I want you to learn. If you're going to learn anything from this video, is that, right? You need to understand that what she feels is real, right? She could feel that for her friends. Understand that. That's one of the keys to all of this, right? She truly feels what her friend's high body count is, right? That's why she's in this stance, almost like she's lost too. And damn it, I dare say it's almost like she did, right? Because again, perception is reality. If her friends have a ridiculous high count, you can bet your bottom dollar she might have this ridiculous, if not half. That's how this thing works, right? But again, that's next level stuff, right? So let's continue because I think I already made this video. I haven't even gone by like 3 chicks, right? And I probably have half-hour video here already. Yeah, let's continue. See what you guys say.
Where they have the mindset, if men want to go out and do whatever they want, so can I.
There you go. Another truth, right? That's one of the excuses that we all gave, right? Because I'll take responsibility too, right? We allowed or gave women this new excuse, this new power level, right? Or power move to say, if you can do it, I can do it too. Yeah, and what are you gonna do about that? That's next level understanding, right? Because if her sole motivation is, right, that if you do it, I'm gonna do it. Now you're just giving her a whole new power move in the game of chess. And that's what's really going on, right? Because they could always revert to that. Well, if you can do it, I can do it, right? And what are you gonna do? I'm gonna sit there and take it. That's what you're gonna do, right? But remember, it's chess. So you must be able to counter that before she can do the move, right? You must counter the perfect move and checkmate, boom, which stops that in its tracks. But that's, again, next level shit, right? That's why, I get passionate about this sort of stuff because, I see it so clearly, right? It's like, it's amazing, right? And now I see that guys do get it, right? As I explain it little by little, right? It starts showing you the ropes. You start getting it. You start, oh, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Of course it makes sense because I worked it out, right? I've tested it I play chess, right? And know why it works. Hell, I know why her move works, right? It's a perfect excuse. Well, if you're gonna do it, I can do it too, right? The only thing is that if she does it, it'll destroy the other side. So it's almost like, when you do a tantrum, you're playing chess and shit, you're about to lose. She does, well, if you can do it, there goes your little pieces on the floor, and the game is fucked. So, obviously, if you're a chess player, right, and you're winning the game, you don't want to do that, right? Because then no one wins, and now the game's ruined. Now the game cannot be played. That's why it's one of those destruction moves, right? So, right, that makes sense, right? You're playing chess. There they go. There goes your little pieces. It's all on the floor. What are you gonna do? Play a game? Oh, let's start again. You ain't gonna start again. You're done. This game is over. You lost, both of you. That's another thing you must understand, right? They're willing to take it there. Yeah. You just can't fathom the fact that yes, you do lose, but she loses more, and she's willing to do that. That's what fucks with people's head, right? Well, in this case, guys. It's that next level move of damn. She's more of a man than you are, right? 'Cause she's willing to take it to a level you're not. Can't handle it, right? But if you learn from me, you will someday. All right, so let's continue before I'm doing these epic rants here. All right.
And I salute those type of ladies. That's just not the type of female that I am. So
There you go. See, what did I just say? Right? And I didn't pre-watch this video, by the way. This is like straight up reaction. What did I just say? You heard that? I salute you women for taking the hits and the damage that I'm not willing to take. That's what she said. My whole rant I did before I played the video, that's what that was. Right? It was, they're willing to take it to the next level. They're willing to cross the line, which is detriment to themselves, right? It's beyond that. Once you cross the line, you can't go back. If you're willing to do that, then yes, you can defeat your enemy because you're willing to take it to that level. Just like she said, I salute you, right? From far, from this side, as I see you destroy your fucking world. Right? So yeah, I'll give you the big send off of thank you for that. Thank you for showing me why I don't cross the line. Right? And sadly, nobody you showed me, but not everybody else, right? Anyways, let's continue.
Does it benefit them, you think, when they're dating or for their own life, or do you think it's actually harming them?
I think it's harming them.
What did I just say? Once again, and we'll end with that because it's part 2. I'll finish part 3. So there you go, right? Here we go. Protect your reputation at all cost. When it is strong, your rivals will seldom challenge you. When it is weak, it is attacked, and the attacks will come from all corners. Right? Because it's all about reputation. Because reputation is what keeps your respect. Remember what I said? It's all about respect. Right? Now, yes, respect for men. Right? Women has to respect you in order for her to be able to love you. That's it. It's that simple. Right? Now, respect for a man to a woman, right, is a little different. It's a whole different animal. But it still comes down to respect. Not necessarily from you, but from herself. Exactly. See the difference? You must understand. There's so many little details to this, right? But yeah, there you go, right? Once again, explained, right? Well, let's see a little bit more.
Because the more people you sleep with, the more soul ties you build.
Heard that? Soul ties. That means forever. Right? That's shit that you can't change. Unless you know. Unless we figure out dimension jumping and shit, just like, where it becomes a thing. Well, that's another level thing. Right? I call it time jump. It's one of those special moves, right? But you ain't there yet, right? But anyways, um, there you go, right? It's tied. You're tied forever. You're screwed. That's it. It's gone. That's what she's saying. It's gone. And there's nothing you can do about it. Because it's legitimate, right? That's why I have those big ass rants in the movies, right? Because once you put it in a movie, yes, it is a movie, but as far as the universe is, well, not the as far as the control, as far as the world is concerned, it is now legitimate. Don't fuck with the lore, right? Don't fuck with the lore, right? It's that simple. You fuck with the lore, you fucked with the franchise. That's it. It's done. Cross the line. It's over. Now it ain't worth a damn, your little property. But anyways, now I've turned this into like some sort of movie breakdown. Um, yeah, well, there you go. She gave you the answer. And notice she's calming down because remember, here's another quote: the truth will set you free. You realize she's starting to calm down and she's like, well, yeah, once it's done, it's done. Well, it's like, release a little bit of stress. Like she's able to let it out. Truth will set you free. And there's an example of it right there.
And sex is something that's supposed to be special. So if you're going out there and having sex with half, of Cleveland, it says kind of something about what you think about yourself.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it definitely could signal
There you go.
that you just, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna start insulting people.
Maybe not people, but women for sure. All right.
Definitely think that it could signal that you're just more provocative and that you're willing to, give yourself away in that way.
Exactly.
More, like you're more willing to do that than other people.
Yep.
Is there a number that stands out to you that would be the cutoff?
Take it to the next level. What she's saying. If you're willing to just give it away, nilly, right, or willy nilly, then you sucked at your job. That's why I laugh, right? Because it's 2022, and I can't believe people are like struggling with this, right? Like simple, basic things. It's been there since the day of creation, right? It's the beginning. It ain't going away. Never changed. Never has. Never will. Now they're doing their damnedest in 2022 to do it. I'll give them that, right? And I think they're damn near winning. But luckily, like I've said in a lot of my videos, all it takes is one to make the big change. That's how powerful this is. Being a man, I mean. So let's continue.
Off of too high.
Probably like if we're getting in like the 40s and 50s
Damn.
and you're my age.
Damn.
But if you're like 45 in there, I mean, sure, things happen.
Yeah.
I think there is enough.
Translation, right? If your time is up and you're 45, then shit happens. Meaning it don't matter anymore, right? That's another thing, right? Screw it, I'm just gonna go on. Yeah. So, like, there's a time limit, and I know it's harsh, but there's a time limit for women to do their shit and when it matters and all that, right? Patrice, who was the godfather of this, said a perfect joke. He said, yeah, I'll eat some Cracker Jacks, right? I'll eat some opened up Cracker Jacks, right? Bet I'm not going to pay for him, Right? He was saying, and then he compared it like, yeah, you get these Cracker Jacks, right? Open box Cracker Jacks. There's no prize in them. They're stale. Anyways, before I start offending people, yeah. So Cracker Jacks, good Cracker Jacks, hold their value, right? You pay for them. Open box Cracker Jacks don't matter anymore, right? It's harsh and messed up, but it is what it is. Now I'll give you a visual. Let me see if I have a box laying around. Sure enough, I don't. Remember, folks, I don't plan this. Right? Comes right off the top of my head. All right. So I'll give you a visual. Right, got a box here. Open boxed. Right. Check this out. I'm eating Cracker Jacks. Right. Friend comes by. Hey, you want some of these? There you go. Um, that's how messed up. That's and there's your value, right? They're like, hey, you want some? Right. And it's so messed up. Your friend might go, no, no, thanks, I'm good. And I'll end with that because that was fucked up. Anyways, yeah, there you go. So if you like this video, give me a like. Subscribe, comment down below. It helps, I guess, the algorithm, right? I don't know if it does or it don't, but it does help me, right? One way or the other, because it means you like. It means you're interacting, right? It means you're actually people are seeing this, right? They're liking it. You're understanding it, right? Share it. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and do part 3 later, and I'll upload that for you later. So yeah, there you go. Comment again, and you know this to be true. It's that messed up, and they know it. Oh shit, and they know it too, right? Sure enough. Good thing I botched it at the end of the video, not in the middle of it. So there you go. Space Luchador out on this one. I will see you on part 3 of Body Counts. Space Luchador out.